It's good. It's been like a huge adjustment. I'm sure if you guys are parents, like you remember, but it's like it's been a huge adjustment. But I mean, man, it's been like so special and get to do it with my best friend. Just makes it all the more special. But yeah, definitely like learning new stuff every day, figuring it out and stuff. But it's been it's been probably like the most special thing I've ever done in my life. So
Can you walk us through like the timeline where go to Nebraska or not, or it's kind of how that worked out?
yeah, so her due date was actually supposed to be the game against the school down the road, but we went to the doctor and like she had like high blood pressure and some other symptoms, and they like said she was like pre-eclamptic and stuff. So they told her they wanted to do it right now, but we could wait till the night, see if her symptoms kind of got better, and they didn't end up getting better. So they said she probably has to be induced tonight. So we induced her, or they induced her like right away. Um, and then we were, praying that it would come quick enough for me to get to go back down to Indiana. But, he came like pretty late that morning, 9:02 that morning. And so, yeah, pretty
So
much time.
it was that Saturday, isn't that morning, 9:02?
Yeah, 9:02, yeah, it was
So
Saturday.
Friday night, you thought, the team was gone, but you
right. And we made like arrangements and plans for me to like drive down and everything the whole nine. So we were like, maybe he'll come early enough, but he didn't end up. But
you get enough sleep?
Sleep has definitely been lacking for sure. That's like probably the biggest thing that have gone for me so far has been sleep. But I can't even complain one bit. My wife gets way less sleep than I do, and she thugs it out every day. So at first, I was really like the first couple mornings, like you could ask the guy, I was in here like that. But since then, I've kind of got used to like a little less sleep.
So one of your coaches or teammates mentioned like a week later they already saw your dad strength showing up on film. Is that real? Is that real?
Yeah. I say, I think like maybe right when you become a dad, you like instantly get a little bit of dad strength. Like it's something I still got to accrue over time. You know what I mean? Dads, they build stuff for the kids or carry around the kid for years and stuff. So I feel like I'll fully step into it later. But yeah, I feel a little bit.
Is your diaper game?
It went from like zero, never changed one in my life. You can ask my wife. I told her like the whole pregnancy, like I don't know if I'm gonna be able to change a diaper. Like I'm grossed out by that stuff. But yeah, it's getting up there. I'm quick with it now.
When you started your college football career, did you think like senior day you'd have a wife and a kid, like you'd be at this stage in your life? Like it seems so 18-year-old kind of full circle.
Yeah, no, I definitely did not see that. I mean, I was dating my wife, and we knew each other for a long time, but I definitely didn't think I'd be married with a kid or like just the position. I just feel like super blessed by everything that's happened, and it's all really been a gift. But like, no, 18-year-old me would have like, and it's crazy because I'm only like 22, so it's not like that long. But like, so much life has happened for me since I've been in college. So definitely did not expect that or anticipate that when I first got into college. But like, I definitely wouldn't change a single thing.
Do you see that from some of your teammates that are 18-year-old kids and they're looking at you like,
yeah.
I don't know if I'm ready for that kind of.
Yeah, you definitely hear it all the time. Like they call me like pops or and stuff like that in the locker room. Like I feel it. They call me old. I'm 22. I'm like really not old, but yeah. I mean, you definitely see it. Like just like how we were when the older guys first got here. Like the young guys were like, "Yo, you're married? Like you got a kid?" And I remember I had a guy on my team when I was a freshman who had a kid, and then another guy that was married, and I was like, "What are these guys doing?" Like. You're still in college, but yeah, you definitely get some of that. But there's just been like an overwhelming amount of support from the team, which has been really, really special.
You get some parenting advice from the coaching staff too.
Yeah, we reached out. Coach Lange, he's like a great dad, and so like I'll text him or call him, and he'll just drop like nuggets of advice to me and stuff like that. And I said like they're all there to give advice. If it's needed, and every time it's just like out of love from all of them. But definitely like Coach Lange, he gives great advice, and he like helps like calm you down, like 'cause when you're a first parent, like you're anxious about everything. So he's been a great resource for me.
It's pretty cool for like your position coach. First year. You've been here since January, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like for that to come together so quickly and have that sort of bond with the coach and your position group, like that's pretty special to have this quick, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I mean it definitely is. Like you can be at some guys are places for 4 or 5 years, and I feel like don't get to feel as connected and close to the group as they have, and especially not to the defensive line coach. With the transfer portal, like people just don't get close. It's like a lot more business oriented now, I think. But like getting to step in so quick and like literally feel like I could reach out to Coach Lange for anything, any advice. I feel comfortable like him giving me advice on stuff and just the guys like all eager to meet Shiloh and be there like that. That's definitely a bond that like nowadays is uncommon, and for it to happen. I mean, I haven't even been here a full year, and for it to happen that fast and like build relationships that I think are going to be lifelong for me is been really special.
Is the baby gonna make it? Is the baby gonna make it on Saturday?
Yeah, he will. Yeah. It'll be the first, maybe the only game that he gets to come out to, but yeah, he'll be there.
Senior night as well. So between your time, Colorado State, Florida State, and Michigan State, when the senior day festivities kind of begin, are you going to be thinking about your whole journey here in college football, or is it kind of focus going to be on your year?
Yeah, I definitely think it's the whole journey. I mean, there's been so much. I mean, 3 years at Colorado State, I really cultivated something with the team there and the guys there and the community and just I mean, the city even has like a really special place in my heart and my wife's heart. I mean, that's where our relationship started, where we got engaged. Where like a lot of the guys that were my groomsmen in my wedding were. And that's where my football career really started. If I didn't, they were one of 2 offers for me coming out of high school, and if they didn't take a chance on me, I wouldn't be here right now. And so I definitely, it's definitely the whole process. Florida State, plays its role and stuff, and showing you just different dynamics of college, and then of course, I think being in Spartan Stadium, as it's taking place, like a big part of it is going to be just like the time I've been blessed and fortunate enough to have here, but. Yeah, I think it's just the whole thing because there's just been so many like unique and amazing experiences that I've got to have all throughout the whole process, 3 different places. Yeah, so it's gonna be pretty cool to kind of just think back on all that as it's happening.
And besides the baby, what stands out about your time here?
What stands out? Yeah, I think it's just like for me, it's just got to be friendships. I think I've been places and friendships take a long time. My friendships at Colorado State, like those guys are still, like my brothers. I'm gonna, get to see them after season and stuff. But like that took 3 years to, get as close as we got. And I mean, to be honest, it happened with guys here in 5-6 months. And on top of that, I think the other thing that stands out to me is just like, I've been places that are spiritually dead and stuff like that, and to come here and have guys that are, currently like on fire in pursuit of Jesus in their relationships, and then other young people eager to step into that and learn and stuff is uncommon, and that definitely it was unique and different from most places I've been, and so that definitely like friendships and just kind of a little bit of like the revival that's happening on the team.
You guys have been on a losing streak. I think on the outside, it's easy to be like, okay, when are the wheels going to fall off?
Right.
You watch the games, and just my opinion, like it doesn't seem like you guys have folded. Inside the locker room, like why has that occurred? Why is there still? It seems to be that will and fight is sort of still there. What have you noticed about why that's occurring and how you guys have been able to do that?
Yeah, for sure. I think that I mean, obviously, you go on a losing streak, that long, a lot of people can get discouraged. A lot of teammates start to fight, pull apart, and blame each other, point the finger. Oh, it's this guy's problem. Oh, it's his fault. Oh, offense isn't doing good, defense isn't doing good. But I think when you can get guys together that like actually care about each other on a deeper level than football, then the highs or the lows, whatever you experience, like you're not going to just go point the finger at the other guy because like that's my brother. Am I gonna lift him up and call him higher if I don't think maybe he's holding the standard, of course, but it's never going to be like you're the problem. So how can I help you? How can I help us overcome that? And then I think that we have leaders that are willing to take accountability too. Like when the leaders know that I didn't play my best game or I haven't been living up to the standard, they're okay with being called out. So
we talked a little bit in the spring about like Florida State, your year there, what sort of went wrong. They had a big season. Are there any similarities, or is what's happening here different in the locker room in terms of the way you guys are finishing this out
Yeah.
versus how that was finished out?
Yeah, it's like night and day difference in the locker room. I mean, one locker room they're disbanding, falling apart. No one cares anymore. It turns kind of selfish a little bit. And then on the other hand, like there's no selfish in there. There's no guys. It's like like whatever. I'm gonna do the best I can do this season. There's guys that like. I mean, we're fighting tooth and nail every day still because we still know we got something to play for. We got 3 games left and we got something to play for. And yeah, I'd say the locker room is actually like pretty polar opposite, which is crazy when you experience, losing from 2 programs and just the different path that you can take in them, and I think that's came up and showed in some of our games where it's like one of them it's kind of a couple star guys might be doing good, but there's kind of blowouts in one of them. I mean, it's been a dogfight to the end. So.
The name Shiloh, is there any story behind that?
Yeah. So my wife really liked the name for a long time. Like I never liked it. I just wasn't really a fan. But like I don't know. I guess she said she liked it like every day, and I guess the more she said it, the more I eventually started to like the name. And then like Shiloh, it was like a dwelling place for people, where there was like a spiritual meeting place for the Lord, and it means a gift from God, and that's just kind of how me and my wife felt about him. Like it was just, there's a lot of people that, want kids and it's hard to have kids, or there's a lot of, people who don't want kids, and we just feel like, we weren't trying, and we got blessed with that, and we just feel that he's a gift. And yeah, we had his original name was going to be Canaan, and we like had that on his birth certificate and everything, and then like 30 minutes before we leave the hospital and like turn it in, we like scribble it out and put Shiloh on it, and then we just felt like it fit him perfectly. So
You feel good about it now? He's Shiloh now.
yeah, I can't see him as anything but Shiloh anymore. So yeah, I think we definitely picked the right name for him.
Shiloh.
Yes,
Yeah.
Loh. Yeah,
And Kelly's his last name?
Kelly. Yep.
All right, thanks, Grady.
Sweet. Thank you guys so much.
Congrats again.
Thank you guys.
You guys.